all those years ago as a small child, and get as I am up to the age I'm at right now, but there's one thing that has never changed is that when the television is on, I have a tendency to stop what I'm doing and just be glued to what's being played, whether it's a movie, TV show, or video, or whatnot. But when it came to just watching movies, I would just sit there, whether it was on one of those little scooters or playing with one of those little mowers that had the marbles popping out, or a sit and spin, or just sitting on a couch or chair, just anywhere. I'd be glued to the television. It'd be one of few things I'd be watching. It would be the Bee Gees' One Night Only concert that happened in 1997 and the MGM in Las Vegas, or it'd be some movie that'd be played on television. And I can vividly remember seeing E.T. the Extraterrestrial. I can't specifically remember exactly what the scene was or what was transpiring. I'm guessing it was when it was first showing the opening credits where Ellie was trying to play, I think it was Dungeons and Dragons with Michael and his buddies. But it was either that scene or it was in the middle part of the film or later on where I see the most, if not the greatest shot I've ever seen in any film, which I will get to. But whatever scene it was in the film, I was just hooked onto it, and seeing E.T. the first time, I was glued and amazed. I mean, my mind as a small child didn't really necessarily process the whole entire realization of what I was watching with what I was seeing with movies. Obviously, mentioning Back to the Future being one of the first I have witnessed, and E.T. being one of those, and Ghostbusters, and Predator, and Terminator, and moving on. I mean, Terminator 2 being later in the 90s, but then again, when it comes to the 80s, especially with this being one of the biggest pop culture films out there and having the following that it has and being the masterpiece of Steven Spielberg, I was glued and amazed to seeing what cinema is all about, watching E.T. the Extraterrestrial. And the thing is that the experience I had watching this movie, I was just like this. You know, bopping back and forth my little mower, some sort of little riding gimmick I had at the time as a small child, just being like, I still have that same face this very day whenever I'm watching something. It's just something that's just stayed with me whenever I'm watching a movie or if I'm just anything in general. But the premise for this movie is so simple, and it's very beautiful. It's a boy who finds an alien, he names him E.T., and he becomes very good friends alongside his little sister Gertie and his brother Michael. E.T. is trying to get back home and trying to be with his family in the spaceship once again before PIs try to find him, and I'm assumingly take him to Area 51 and do experiments, which, again, the story is very, very simple and straightforward to the point. But a man like Steven Spielberg, it can take a simple story like this and turn it into a magical scenery. And sure enough, everything in this movie is perfection. The score, the story, the cinematography, the characters, the humor, the connections. It is just a masterpiece of a movie. I never like tossing that word around a lot. I only use the word masterpiece when it's necessary. And this is the movie where I can say it is a masterpiece. It's a perfect movie. I've seen E.T. so many times over the years. I actually remember discovering a video that is on the internet where Henry Thomas, he did a whole entire audition. He did an audition where he was given a specific scene where they were talking about E.T. and his demise, if I can remember correctly, where he got all emotional. He was getting all emotional about E.T. and the connection and the believability and tears that was going on in the audition. After he sold it, where he was given his audition, he got the job right then and there, and sure enough, him playing as Elliot, it's a spot-on performance where you see the innocence of a child becoming good friends with an extraterrestrial creature like E.T., who's the most harmless and friendly, if not biggest drunk out there. That's one of my favorite scenes in the movies where E.T., he goes into the fridge, he finds the fucking snacks, he starts munching, he finds the beer, he drinks like a few cans, walking into the door, burping, and then all of a sudden while Gertie and her mom are home, E.T.'s behind the fucking television, and then there's goddamn Sesame Street playing, and E.T. learns how to speak thanks to fucking Bert and Ernie, or some sort of segment where it goes over the letter B. So fucking E.T. learns how to speak thanks to drinking beer and watching Sesame Street. So that right there is amazing. That is just phenomenal stuff. And Steven Spielberg, I give my hats off to him for him creating that. I always get such a laugh. As a child, I got a laugh out of it, and as an adult, I still fucking laugh and feel so much heart warmth. When Elliot obviously feels the spiritual connection that he had with E.T., it gives the shining light of friendship. When Elliot was in school, obviously, where Elliot teaches E.T. about a bunch of different things of what goes on in life in their bedroom, the scenery itself. It's innocence. It's such an innocent little scene, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful, really, really beautiful. But the movie itself, how it started and how it progressed and how it built up to how E.T. became friends with Elliot, Michael, and Gertie, just like that. It shows how special E.T. became in Elliot's heart. I actually remember seeing a commercial that was releasing. It was much more present day, where I think it was surrounding smart TV, some sort of smart TV premise, or some app where you can watch television movies. It was kind of like a Apple Watch TV or whatever. I don't remember. But anyways, it was Elliot. He was all grown up. He's got a family now. He's got his own house. And E.T. returns to the planet. He meets Elliot's family and obviously shares the experience of celebrating Christmas together. Now, that whole entire commercial alone, just seeing the extension of that, if there was such thing as a sequel to E.T., this right here was the perfect sequel. You didn't have to make a whole movie. Just a little commercial where you showcase a scenario where Elliot's all grown up. He reconnects his friendship with E.T. and goes back to his planet, sees the family, and it's just something so very heartwarming. But for this movie being exactly what it is, I don't even need to even say the fucking rating for it, because it is what it is up there. It's a perfect 6 out of 5. It's a gem. It's a masterful movie. My favorite scene in the entire film was when they're going on the entire chase. And my copy right here, I know it was later edited with a lot of Blu-ray 4K releases or DVD releases where they showcased shotguns shooting and everything, but my copy does have, and believe it or not, I think, yeah, my copy does have the green, I know, print date, front spine, back, blah, blah, blah. Clamshells! Yeah, that bullshit, but this ain't no goddamn clamshell. It's a slip-on. Slip-on, slip-off. But yes, my copy does have that original edit in there. But my favorite scene in the entire film was this right here. Not during the whole Halloween scene. It's when the score picks up, the chase sequence is on, Elliot, Michael, and his friends are flying up, and once it hits that sound with the score, perfection. My favorite scene in the entire movie, how it was shot, how it was directed, how the storytelling alone of showing the magical power of what E.T. had. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Every time I watch that scene, I still get mesmerized, and that scene, this scene alone, is what made me fall. Is one of the biggest reasons why I fell in love with watching movies. I fucking love E.T. Absolutely love this movie. So, folks, that's gonna do it for my little talk on E.T. the Extraterrestrial. Let me know down below your thoughts of this movie. And with that being said, folks, ciao for now.